Good evening guys, and welcome back to the channel. Just going for a nice little, well, not going for an evening ride really, I'm just having just picking the bike up ready for tomorrow morning. It's got it out the lockup, so just riding home. Thought I'd do a bit of a vlog, update everyone on what's been going on, check the cameras are working right, the new settings I've decided to use, and the new microphone, another new microphone. Tell you what guys, I don't know whether any other vloggers have had this problem, but cameras, great, yeah, GoPros we all know, limited on depending on what you're shooting in. I shoot in 1080p, but depending on what people are shooting in, you got to have a endless supply of SD cards and batteries. But other than that, they're a brilliant camera. But God, I've had problems with microphones. But anyway, I'm not going to bore you about that. This is a new mic. I hope it sounds alright. It's about 7 o'clock in the evening, Saturday night. I'm going out for a bit of a ride tomorrow. I'm going to take the drone with me. Get some drone shots just around Rivington really. Just a couple of hours I've got in the morning. So yeah, I'm just on here really, well, yeah, so it's just going to be a couple of hours, that's all, in the morning. Everyone's busy at the moment, work's busy, the lads seem to be busy doing their own thing and sorting stuff out and what have you, so there's not been a lot going on. For the last one video I put up, maybe 3 weeks ago now, was a 200 subscriber video, and I can't believe now I'm on 308. Unbelievable that I'm on 308 in letting. That's the biggest increase I've had in a long time. I mean, there's a couple of reasons for that. One main one was because my little off that I had when I dislocated my finger, that's been put up on a few that's been put up on a few of these crash compilation video it's on YouTube, so they get a lot of views. So I think a lot of you have joined me from there, so I hope you stay around. Sorry there's not been any videos since you've all joined. I hardly got any names coming through. I got a few, but to list them all now off the top of my head, I've not a chance. The other one I can think of, well, two, that Black Van and Robin, because it just stands out, and I think Beans on Toast was the other one, just because I know I've heard them names before off other vloggers and they sort of stand out. So sorry to everybody else, but I will try and do some sort of a video with the names that did come through. So yeah, not been up to much really. Not got out on the bike. This DR's running really well at the moment, so I'm going to get out and use it tomorrow. Went to St Anne's bike meet. That was a bit of a washout. There was only us five, like the 5 lads that turned up, plus a couple of other lads, and that was it. No, there was one of them Zeros, them electric Zeros, which I'm going to talk about electric bikes in a minute. And that was it. We run through the lights. I didn't have my camera with me because I'd been away for a few days, come back, and sister-in-law was looking after the house and the kids had decided to help themselves to my GoPro and left me little videos and stuff video in the house. So when I got back, all my batteries were flat. Well, the batteries that really, I just thought, you know what, I've not got time, because I got back on Monday afternoon and then we was meeting the lads at 4:30 at Rivington Barn. So, well, you know, Ainsworth's put a video up, Derek's put a video up, Morphy won't be long off putting a video up, so they're up there to watch anyway. You don't have to hear me going on. Is he going to come out? He's letting me go, so I'm going to go. So yeah, not really been up to much, no updates really on the bike. Bought myself a new pair of gloves, that's about it. New pair of winter gloves. We'll be needing them soon. Pretty chilly now. Oh, I've just caught my missus up because she's dropped me off with the bike. I could get outside of her and blow her in, but we won't be. We'll sneak past her in a minute though. So I've got my bike out at lockup. I had all my gear on though, I was ready. She did stay for a few minutes talking, so I've not been driving that quick. Yeah, back to electric bikes. Let's do this. I know a lot of you are probably frowning, and to be honest with you, so am I, because I just love the noise that motorbikes make, that, you know, that internal combustion engines make, the noise of the exhaust and stuff like that. And when that Zero came in to the bike meet, me and Morphy were stood there and it come past us, it was silent. I thought he'd either switched the engine off or he just broke down and rolled in there. And then I thought, oh bloody hell, it's one of them Zeros. It was the off-road type one, you know, a bit like this, like the enduro type bike. So not 100% sure what model that is because I'm not well up on them, but I have been watching Ewan And Charlie Bowman a long way up, and I really enjoyed it. Honestly, I think we're up to, is it 4 or 5 episodes now, and I've really enjoyed it. Now, you know, people have their own opinions on them, and you know, the real like adventure travellers, they don't have all that you know, all that support, the support vehicles. They don't have the millions of pounds and what have you, so you know, you can say what you want about them, but I thoroughly enjoyed everything they've done. And when they did Long Way Round in, I think it was 2002, it just obviously made me want to get back on a bike. I'd had was it 2002, was it late? I think it was 2002, and I think Long Way Round was like 2004, something like that. Now I'd had like off-road bikes and I'd had a DR125 on the road, but at that time I couldn't afford, you know, it's expensive, isn't it, getting your test done, your direct access done, getting all your gear. You want the proper gear, you want a decent bike, somewhere safe to keep it, everything that entails in that. And I haven't got a garage or anything, that's why I keep my bikes in the lockup. So it never happened for a few years, but I pined and pined and pined for a bike and adventure after that, even though I've not done much adventure. But for the moment I've got a young family, but that will happen. I want to do a long trip. Maybe I might be in my 50s, it might be another 8 years. 42 years young now, so it might be another 8 years. I can't filter or she'll kill me. Sod it. She'll moan at me now for doing this. But yeah, so I always pine for that. And then obviously KTM, we all know the story, KTM made a massive mistake. BMW GS's just went from strength to strength, and it brought adventure travel to the masses, didn't it? It really did. Adventure travel just came to everyone's living room and everyone loved it. And I know people had done it before that. I mean, I'd read adventure travel books. I'd looked at adventure travel, you know what I mean? I'd watched stuff. I mean, that was probably, well, it was before YouTube and all that, weren't it? Before GoPros and all that type of stuff. But I'd read Gulliver's Travels, and what's the other one? He did 2 books, didn't he? Can't remember what the other one's called now. It will come up on the screen in a minute. But yeah, getting back to that anyway. Losing our train of thought. Are Ewan and Charlie going to change everyone's opinion now on electric bikes? Are electric bikes going to take off after this? Because look, you can say what you want, you can scorn all you want, but watch it. If you haven't watched it, start watching it. I'll be honest with you. You know, the infrastructure isn't there yet, but it's getting there. And you know, yeah, you know, they're honest as well. When I were a bit sceptical, thought they got support vehicles. They're supposed to have this transit van as well that's running on diesel, and that's got a generator in it, and it's got solar. Well, it didn't have a generator, it had solar panels in it. Didn't have a generator in it. And I don't think they could get a charge of it. Up to now what I've watched, couldn't get a charge of it. But they're honest, when they do draft a diesel generator in a couple of times, when it's really cold. I mean, it's one of the worst winters that Argentina have had, I think, since '74, and that's when they set off. So that's, you know what that's like, coldness on batteries, you know, like with the cameras. When it's cold, your batteries don't last like. So they weren't getting what they thought they was going to get out of these bikes. Plus they're learning, never rode an electric bike. I think they'd had one go on them. So they're learning as they go along. And obviously this, they're putting in electric chargers. Tell you what, my memory's terrible. Absolutely terrible. Can't think of the names of the two support cars that are electric, the two support vehicles that are with them. But the company with them are fitting electric chargers as they go. And I mean, if they can travel all that way in a third world countries and get charged and manage to do 150 to 200 miles a day, and I'm pretty sure when the infrastructure's right in a first world country, well, we supposedly have a first world country, electric bikes will be there and available for everybody. So I ask you all to watch it and give me your opinion. And do you think it will bring electric bikes to the masses? Because I honestly think it will. I do. I believe it will bring the popularity of electric bikes, like they did with the popularity of the GS and adventure bikes. I mean, you look now, everywhere you look, it's just adventure bike, adventure bike, adventure bike. Sports bikes are just, you know, you just don't see as many sports bikes or naked bikes as you used to do. It's all adventure bikes. When you're out riding, you stop at Hawes, you stop at Caton, you got to settle. It's the majority is adventure bikes, and I think they've got a lot to do with that. I think them two programs have got a lot to do with it. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to give you lads the choice, you lads and lasses. Will it change your opinion? So you guys ride safe, stay safe, and I'll catch you all in the next one, hopefully with some decent drone footage. Bye for now.